I didn't tell Preston, but we sent out a listener survey, and they said the one thing they wanted more was
Nipple.
more nipple from Preston. Yeah.
More specifically, Preston.
Number one. It was crazy. It was like it wasn't even a multiple choice thing. And 80% of respondees on their own said more nipple from Preston. Yeah.
I saw you sent me the word cloud, and it's just the word nipple really big.
Yeah, but specifically from you. They don't want to see mine. They only want to see yours.
Preston's nipple takes up like 80% of the word cloud, and then Daniel's nipple is like much smaller.
Yeah. Welcome to Drafted. I'm your host, Daniel Prentice, and as always, I'm joined by my dear friend and co-host, Preston Thompson. Preston, how are you doing? What are you drinking tonight, my friend?
I'm good, Dan. I feel like as soon as you start the show, Lauren's entire personality changes, like on a dime. We're just sort of like sitting here, and then suddenly like, oh gosh, here we go. Listen, I'm the same way. I, can be in my usual episodes of Down in the Dumps, and then suddenly the adrenaline hits me, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the pod. You got to power through. I'm talking about me.
Okay, I was like, seems like that was what we were just talking about.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. No problems. You're doing fantastic.
Not 20 seconds ago, Preston was. I mean, it was like there was a cloud over him, just raining right on him. But now that I did the welcome, he's chipper as can be. It's a
Pavlovian response to you giving the long W.
And what are you drinking? Did you say what you're drinking?
Well, based on the topic for tonight's show, my wife and I, who is our guest tonight, she's not just shouting.
Yeah, you really stole that from me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm supposed to introduce the guests around here.
It's true. I'll let you do it in a second. We can retcon it. We're drinking a very classy Sauvignon Blanc from Kroger. It was on sale for $12.99.
Beautifully said. That really rolled off the tongue.
Good price for this guy, right?
White girl style. Say Sauv Blanc.
There's this Sauv Blanc.
Get my Sauv Blanc.
It's my Sauv Blanc. It's from New Zealand.
New Zealand Sauv Blanc.
And it's $13. And it's very tasty.
Isn't that is $13 a good price for
a bottle of Sauv Blanc? Yeah.
It tastes good.
Okay.
I mean, you can get one for $9, but...
Did you put ice in yours?
I did put ice in mine. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Brought him to the dark side. The light side, I guess, technically.
I gotta be a functioning human being tomorrow. So
I've noticed for every ice cube you put into your wine,
you're a little less hungover.
I was gonna give it a percentage.
But
10% less hungover.
It is because it's less wine.
No, it's not. It's just more water.
What?
I'm not pouring any less wine.
All right.
If anything, I'm pouring more wine.
We won't get into this. We won't get into it. But yes, we are thrilled to be joined by Preston's wife, Lauren, for this show. Lauren, how are you doing?
Title. Preston's wife.
Preston's wife.
Yeah.
Well, you're the wife of the pod. Like some people are friends of the pod. You're the wife of the pod.
Is there? Okay, hold on. Is there like a WAGs version of this? Oh, then we're just gonna be WAPs.
Well, if there is, you're it.
Wait, wives and girls.
You're the WAG. You're the drafted WAG.
Oh, it just occurred to me that WAG doesn't have like the word sport in it.
It's
just wives.
No, you changed wives and girlfriend to wives and podcasts, which is
that works.
That's WAP. That's a different thing.
We can
Very
make
different.
Them WAP.
Well, listen, for our Patreon special, we're doing an acrostic, which we've done before, of the drafted letters. And we are, at this time, still to be determined of what our category is. Maybe it should be WAGs of the pod.
Oh, gosh.
And just we somehow make Lauren fit for each letter.
It's like X-WAGs. Like
I mean, if it's a personal list, we're just going to have DeLorean and Lauren and Aloren.
Yeah. It'll work. I think people will flock to the Patreon for that. And Lauren, you're drinking the same. How did you say it? Sauv Blanc. Sauv Blanc. You're drinking the same as Preston, I assume.
Really good, yeah.
Thanks. I'm a good Valley girl.
I really wanted to be drinking something harder than this, but I don't have any mixers. It's kind of been a long week, to be honest with you. And it's Friday that we're recording this, which is an unusual recording time for this. But the weekend is here, so I kind of wanted to turn up a little bit for this. But I'm just drinking my Goose Island IPA because I had no mixers for any of my liquor in the house, so I had to make do. But this is what we do around here when it comes to drafting, because we got to get down to business. We got to get down to brass tacks, don't we, Preston?
Have you tried putting the liquor in the Goose Island IPA?
No.
Have you
know
tried
what I almost did?
putting the liquor in your mouth?
Have you tried putting the liquor
in shot form?
In small but frequent
here's the
quantities?
thing. I do the one thing that would come close to being a mixture that I have is pickle juice. And I love a pickleback, and I almost for half a second considered, what if I just made a whiskey pickle juice cocktail? Would
just
that
made
be
a
good?
big pickleback?
Yeah.
Wait, what about
that I
coffee?
sipped on. I don't have coffee. Neither myself nor my roommate drink coffee, so there's none in the house.
Wild.
Yeah, not coffee drinkers here. We just sleep. We get our sleep.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yes. But since it is the weekend, it does feel like this draft is a little appropriate. This is like a weekendy, like a Saturday out, like at your friend's place, like a kind of like a bougie little evening, isn't it, Preston? What are we drafting tonight?
Let's see.
Well, tonight we're constructing art. We're constructing art in the form of, our method is a charcuterie board.
A charcuterie board?
A charcuterie board, as we call it in this house.
We have so many charcuterie boards. I should have brought one in. Not with stuff on it, but like just one.
Just had a board
Just an
in
example
here?
board.
Yeah, be like, imagine this with things on it.
Drafted branded charcuterie board win.
Ooh.
Smart.
You need to design it and have labels on there for like the fake names of things.
Yeah, Lauren, are you still working on merch for us?
Yes.
Okay.
I gave her premium Canva access, so now we're in a sunk cost mode.
Oh, hang on. Did you already have that?
Yes.
Okay, because I have that as well, and I 100% could have given it to you.
But now we're sinking financial resources into the prospect of her making some merch for us.
wait. Yeah, so if you had it, then
No,
you're not sinking.
No. That's not how that works.
It does. You're trying to double dip right now.
I'm trying.
You're double dipping.
I'm trying to write off my Canva membership as a business expense.
Oh, I see. Well, and double dipping is a cardinal sin against charcuterie board etiquette, I would say.
Good transition.
Also, shout out, because this one was submitted to us. We received a fan email, which genuinely was like the best piece and most touching piece of feedback we have that I can ever remember us receiving from a fan. And I am so sorry because there's like a 50-50 shot I mispronounced this person's name. It's either Tara or Tara. So shout out to you, Tara. I'm guessing Tara.
Tara. If we're playing the odds, then let's go with Tara.
But if it's Tara or Tara, thank you so much for this very sweet email. We appreciate that so much. And thank you for this draft idea. This one, I haven't sifted through the entire Discord. This one very well may have been suggested by someone else, but this one came with very kind words about us, and that is rare, Preston.
That's a great way to get your idea onto the show. Yeah, it's the first email we've gotten that didn't contain strongly worded feedback and suggestions. And profound.
So this episode is for you, Tara. Thank you so much for the kind words. They genuinely, we're a small podcast, obviously, and we very much appreciate our very mom and pop. We very much appreciate our loyal listeners.
Mom and pop shop.
But yeah, it really means a lot. Things like that. Very, very cool. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope we draft a good charcuterie board for you. Our draft order is as follows. Lauren, you've got the first pick. Preston, number 2. I have the third pick. And as always, snake style draft. So reverse order on even rounds. And that always determined by the best website in the world, random.org. We don't have any things to sort out here. We're just drafting a charcuterie board. No rules. I remember last time Lauren was on, she really complained about how we always
too structured.
Pigeonholed her. Yeah, we didn't let her freak flag fly on these drafts. So now it's time, Lauren, and you get the first pick to do it. So where are you going? What's the first pick of the charcuterie board draft?
Sweet coochie board.
We're really gonna earn the E tag with that one.
Right as I sipped as well.
We're not gonna sell charcuterie boards on the draft and merch store. We're gonna sell coochie boards.
Coochie boards.
That's what I want to brand it with.
We're gonna have to open a different website for that, Preston.
See, I'm torn though because I know what Preston's gonna steal from me the moment I don't take it, and I want it, but it's not. It's all right. I want some creamy goat cheese.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Ugh.
It's so divine.
No.
Not a goat
No.
cheese guy, Preston.
No, but I think the way it is presented to me most often is like the flex on a salad version. You know what I'm talking about?
No. Oh, you're
Like when you
like
crumble it up.
crumbles.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you. Yes. What does this look like? Because for me, the cheese battle is about 80%. What does it look like?
Yeah.
It could be delicious, but if it doesn't
Okay.
look right,
So,
I'm not going for it.
At Publix, they have like a little goat cheese. You can't see it.
Do you know? No, sorry. I'm just laughing because this is a little peek behind the curtain here, folks. All right, maybe Preston won't want me to say this, but I think it should be said, just in full honesty. Preston really wanted this draft to have structure. He wanted to come up with like categories and limitations, and I was like, well, one, we can't do that to Lauren because literally the last time she was on, she complained about that, and I didn't say this to Preston, but I was like, plus, I really just want your full unadulterated food weirdness on full display here.
I don't understand why you constantly think I have food weirdness. I don't think I have food weirdness.
Because that's just going to make this show good, this episode good.
Okay.
So I'm glad we're getting a little glimpse into it already.
Anyway,
with pick number 1,
the Publix goat cheese comes in a little. It's like a mound. It actually looks like a mound, like like a chocolate bar. The mounds,
Okay.
how they're lumpy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But they're like circular, like
Okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in a little thing. It's like this big, and you slice it up, and you can leave a little knife in there, and it's nice and smooth. And you get like I don't want to give you any ideas for what you could put it on, but you get something tasty, and you just spread it on there, and then top it up with some stuff. It's really good. It's like the only creamy cheese that's not gross and bitter. Like it doesn't have the grossness of blue cheese or like what's the other one that's gross?
Gorgonzola?
Yeah. Nasty.
Okay.
It's like the closest you can get to that without being gross.
I am going to need you to pre-slice it because I find slicing things that aren't sliced on a charcuterie board to be uncomfortable.
No, you just like
that's half the fun.
Knife. It's like a cheese
It's
knife.
not half the fun.
Half the fun is
No,
is
because if it is
specifically-
pre-sliced, then I know I am allowed to take this much per time I reach onto the board.
All right, no, tangent. Listen, you're taking half the fun out of charcuterie boards because if you don't have, do you know how much people who like charcuterie boards like picking out the little tiny knives with the different themes? Like I have a knife for Alabama, I have a Halloween knife, I have a Christmas knife, and they're specifically cheese knives for this. Like if I don't have anything to cut, that whole industry goes down.
Yeah, we can't sink an industry here, Preston. All right. I also this is another important note. If you guys are not usual YouTube watchers of the episode, just based on Preston's facial reaction for the last 2 minutes of the show, it might be a good one to watch the video. Just saying. Lauren, I've got no problems with this pick. I think a lot of people are going to see the creamy goat cheese and be very excited. Don't let Preston get you down about it. Preston, where are you going with your first pick?
I feel like it is important. You don't need to shield your list from me. I'm going to follow the beat of my own drum over here.
Fair.
I feel that it is important to have a strong and flexible base.
Okay.
I'm sort of like rethinking this as I go because.
Okay.
No. Here's okay.
That is a no.
No. I have a plan. I have a plan. We're going with
Oh boy.
thinly sliced baguette.
Okay.
What? Like a French baguette? What kind of bread?
No.
What was that?
Give me a Turkish baguette. No,
France?
yes,
there
a
are
French
other
baguette.
baguettes besides French bread.
Where does the word originate? I want a French baguette in the traditional style.
This is either going to be the best show we've ever done or the worst. I'm calling it right now.
I was excited about this one because I'm
I
really
want
passionate
a
about
regular
the subject.
baguette that is sliced thinly.
How
There are-
thin are we
okay.
talking? Like we're talking like sandwich cut? Like what are
We're
we
talking crostini look, but soft.
Okay.
Because crostinis are too painful.
You want it raw, like not toasted
Well,
or like
I assume the
just
bread is
bendable?
baked.
The bread is baked. It is not dough.
Not raw like dough. Raw
Can I just get some baguette dough on my charcuterie board, please? Uncooked?
No one's okay. You said the word crostini and then you didn't take advantage of it. Like
I don't want a crostini.
You don't.
It's too painful.
You're gonna put chewy bread.
I gotta.
My
board?
mouth has
Lauren,
started bleeding from a crostini before.
I like a good crostini, but they can just ravage the roof of your mouth.
They
Yes,
can,
really can.
but that's kind of the point of a charcuterie board.
It's like chewing tobacco
just
where
have
it's
a
supposed
bad
to slice
time?
you open to enjoy
To
the
get
flavor.
ravaged.
The point of a charcuterie board is to be wounded by the end. You need medical
That's what all the
attention.
little knives are for.
Listen, it's a
Interesting.
sensory experience.
So
I'm taking a thinly sliced French baguette.
All right,
Okay.
listen, no cheese off my plate.
I am confused as to why Lauren's first question was like, from what country or whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay, you can cut other things. Like there's different kinds of breads that look like baguettes. Like a Chicago bread, like looks like it comes in a baguette. Or
Sure, Hartle. No, but he's just going classic baguette, which I
An
had at the
Italian
top
roll
of my
looks like a
bread
baguette.
/ cracker category, Preston.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick.
Thank you.
All right, this gives me the wraparound here. This is tough because I've never I've eaten with you guys, obviously, but I've never been in a charcuterie setting with you too. It's usually like football food.
We didn't have a charcuterie board when you came to visit my
charcuterie
parents.
boards are football foods.
Well, not when I've watched football with you guys.
That's
because you were with his parents.
We did
They
dip.
only
No.
make man dip.
No. I was at your place for the first half. I don't remember what year. It was a year that you lost to LSU. I remember that. Alabama LSU. I think it was Alabama loss. I'm actually not 100 percent on that.
Okay.
It might have been the Joe Burrow year. Actually, it might have been the year that they were
19?
just the best team. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was there for a wedding, so it would have been my friend ER's wedding. So whatever year he got married, 19 sounds right about that. For that. And I remember there were like wings and things like that, but no charcuterie board.
There were wings and
Yeah.
things. With the
Yeah.
wimpy sauce. With the wimpy.
So
That's
so
what
I
want
just
on draft merch.
I'm gonna I'm in a spot where I don't really know like what to take from you guys. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what cheeses you
I
like.
wouldn't
I don't know
try
what meats you
and
like.
predict what I'm about to do because
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm
So if
gonna
I
go
don't know, I don't think you can
unhinged.
guess.
I know what I'm going for next.
And I don't know like what you guys are going to value. I'm going to take the thing that even though Lauren's already gone her soft cheese. I don't think she'll double up, but this is just my favorite cheese, and I think it's crucial to have on a good charcuterie board, even though it's maybe a polarizing cheese, and I feel like there's a very good chance Preston probably hates this cheese, so I might just be wasting a pick here, which is entirely possible. But I think the thing I would be most devastated to lose out on is brie, so that's what I'm taking.
God dang it.
Oh, let's go.
I was definitely taking that on the turn. I wanted my brie baguette combo.
Yeah, it's you know what I have sometimes for lunch?
Not today.
I will literally just have brie on baguette for
Right.
lunch.
It's delicious.
It's
Oh,
so good.
damn.
It's so damn good.
Are you like toasting it, or are we doing room temperature, or what?
Ooh, this is a good question. Do I have to decide right now? Could I do
No.
both?
What, you like split the wheel in half,
Yeah, I don't
shove
think-
half in the
I don't
oven.
think you can do both.
Do
Emerald. Let's calm
half
down.
baked brie, half. I mean, I feel like charcuterie board is typically like cold to
Room
room
temp.
temp
I
stuff,
wouldn't.
right?
It would be
Standard.
really weird to see a hot brie
to be
bake on a charcuterie board.
I agree.
I'm inclined to agree. So I won't do that, but baked brie is fire.
Not the way
Okay.
my mom makes it. Just an oily
We've
mess.
talked about this on the show before.
Oh, have we really?
I don't remember
mom's
when, but we
butchered-
talked about the baked
butchered
brie
brie.
never coming out correctly.
I don't remember that at all.
An astute listener, a listener that's caught up more recently, will be able
They'll
to
know.
let
The
me
only-
know in the
The
Discord.
only time I think that would have come up was like the Christmas treats draft.
That's what it was.
Every
That's
single
exactly what it
Christmas.
was. Where she makes it every single Christmas. Every single Christmas, it doesn't come out right. And we all have to be like, "Oh, it's okay.
It's so
Oh,
good.
It's
wow.
okay. It'll come out better next time."
I think even like bad baked brie would still be good for me though. Like what does she do to fuck it up?
I think she leaves the rind on, like the whole thing, and then
that's
the oils.
normal.
Maybe she's cutting the rind off.
She's not putting it in a tray that can contain it.
The oil
just, like,
comes
turns to
out,
soup,
and it's
basically.
just sitting in oily brie soup.
Honestly, I still would devour that if I'm being
We
perfectly
do,
honest.
but
Yeah.
like not
Just
the
doesn't
point.
look
It's just
great.
not.
Yeah. It's not the most
not
visually fun.
appealing.
Yeah, sure. Brie is one of those things where I'm pretty much going to devour it in any form, to be honest with you. So
His mom does a good brie. Put a
Yeah.
little cranberry sauce on there.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna combo if all of those things were left to me.
Oh,
But, I've been
interesting.
What do I need to get right
can't
now?
do that now.
What do I need to snatch up?
Well, I will say the cranberry sauce is a good note here because one thing brie does kind of need is a sweet counterpart
And it does that.
to balance it out. And do I go with that right now? I'm not sure.
I thought of something else.
Hopefully the listeners heard that whisper. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with a fruit here. And I don't know why this came to me as like the fruit I want when I was doing prep. But it is the fruit I want. And can we agree that like when I pick my fruit, I get like the ideal form of the fruit? It's like a very good form of this fruit. It's not like
like it's not.
Yeah, there's
Not
no
in
mold on my
harvest, it's not
baguette, so
shitty, whatever.
Well, like I feel like as far as foods go, fresh fruit has a very high variance. For a lot of fruits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It does.
I feel like I was talking about like my favorite fruit is a good peach, but like the range of peach is very broad. It's
Yes.
like your average peach might not be that amazing, but a really good peach is delectable.
That's
So
fair.
I'm asking for like an upper end. I'm not like the best thing in the world, but like upper end version of this because
Sure.
they can have not
I mean,
the highest floor in the world. Preston's
That's
already
fine.
given it to me. I'm rolling with it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's gonna
take
be like-
blackberries.
Ooh.
Because I think not only do they give me like that good sweetness, but I think the texture is a really good compliment to brie as
they
well.
do.
With a little like the seediness and the pop to them as
They're
well.
Little
like
tart.
super
It's a little tart,
tiny pomegranate seeds. They're like the
Mm.
nerds gummy clusters of fruits.
Okay. Okay.
We're cooking. Lauren
Sure.
is cooking with that.
Sure.
Let's get big blackberry on the line because we're gonna triple their sales with that tagline.
Ad council. Yeah, I like that. I think that's good.
Yeah,
Good
I also
combo with the brie.
thank you. I appreciate that. All right,
Very
Preston.
fall.
Yes, and listen, fall is knocking on the door. It's
gotta
September
tell
for
us
crying out
twice.
loud.
It's Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the 13th.
That can happen any time of year.
That's true. Did you actually know that apparently the Friday is the most likely day of the week for the 13th to fall on?
What?
Yeah, because the month has to start on a Sunday for it to be Friday the 13th. It's going to happen again in December.
See,
Just a heads up.
Doesn't
See?
make any sense. But
it does.
okay.
It does apparently. I mean,
Okay.
it must make sense, or it wouldn't be true.
I mean,
I mean, maybe it's not true, but I did read that.
there are
once.
lots of true things that don't make sense to me, like how a big plane can go up in the sky and not just fall down.
We talked about this.
We talked about it. I don't
Use the
understand.
Jello theory and deal
Okay.
with it.
Okay.
You know what I learned recently. I went out to dinner with a friend, with Sue, friend of the pod,
Mhm.
on Wednesday of this week, and we were reading all about the Wright brothers and their sister. Oh gosh, whose name I don't remember. I'm part
There's
of the
a
problem.
right sister?
There's a Wright sister, and she was like a big part of their whole operation, and she never gets any love,
Wow.
and she ended up getting married, God forbid, but one of the, I can't remember, Orville maybe, I think, like Wilbur had died or something, and Orville had made her swear that she would never marry.
What?
And then she had the
Patriarchy,
audacity to marry this guy, and he like ceased communicating with her until he was on his deathbed.
Whoa.
Isn't that fucked?
More like the Wrong Brothers.
Yeah, amen. Well said.
I was going to make a Delta joke or something.
No,
That was
I
better.
gotcha. It's fine.
Yeah, so in other words, fuck the Wright brothers. Well, Orville specifically, if he's the one. I don't know. Just let's fuck them both just to cover our bases.
Mhm.
Preston, what are you putting on your thinly sliced baguette?
Well, here's the thing, my friends. I was doing some research today,
Yeah?
and I learned
How
about the
unlike you.
3-3-3-3 rule.
The hell is that?
Oh.
Can we not just call it the rule of threes?
No.
There's 4 of them. There's 4 threes. Every
rule of
charcuterie
threes.
board should have an equal proportion, ideally 12 things, 3, 3, 3, and 3, of meats, cheeses, starches, and accompaniments. With 6 picks here, the math doesn't math. However, I am going
That's
to
half of
attempt
12.
that balance over time. But with my choice here, I'm taking something that as soon as you put it onto a piece of wood, that piece of wood immediately becomes a charcuterie board. And I'm taking prosciutto.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Say it like my mom says it.
Prosciutto. Prosciutto. She's like, hey kids, everybody come in here and get the prosciutto. Like, where did that come from?
You're not Italian.
Everyone becomes Italian when you say prosciutto.
That's good. I actually hate prosciutto.
I know you don't.
It's gross.
I kind of agree.
Why?
I want to like it tastes kind of gamey to me as far as like the cured meats go. And I always like it always looks great and I'm excited about it. And then I try it and it's like no.
It's like overly salty. It kind of tastes like somebody's like sunburn got peeled off.
And I feel like
that's the texture.
yeah, it's like it's always a little too greasy.
Ew.
This is the most destitute both of you have ever sounded to me.
Destitute.
How about you live with some class?
Yeah, well, listen, I do think we'll probably be in the minority here. Prosciutto, it does feel like the defining meat of a charcuterie board, so I'm not really going to knock it here. Lauren went on a limb, and I was, jumped on the limb with her. We both are crashing to the ground now while Preston celebrates getting a pick that'll probably be beloved by the masses.
Excellent. Happy day.
So,
Lauren, you've got the wraparound here. Last pick of round 2 and the first pick of round 3.
Oh, thank God. I really needed 2 in a row. Okay. What do I have so far?
You've only got one thing.
You've made so many picks, I know why you would forget. But yes, you only have creamy goat cheese.
I'm kind of mad at myself, actually, already.
Wow, really? You already messed it?
I just live with regret. All right.
You're sitting next to your husband right now.
This is the only decision I've ever made.
You're sitting in front of your dog right now.
And my puppy.
That's so sweet. Lauren, to the mic, please. To the mic. We're an audio medium. Thank you. Lauren fully turned around from the mic, which you are having problems with because Lauren and Preston are both talking to the same mic, and it isn't a great mic for that.
I forget.
I know. Right. That's why I'm here. Make sure we stay on track.
All right. Here we go. But gosh, okay. Only because I know you're not going to come up with the thing that I need later on your own. I'm going to skip it for now. Fingers crossed.
I am praying to the gods that don't believe in that I snipe your pick next week.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. It's so hard. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my base out of the way.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what Okay, I'm going to go...
Remember, you want, how did Preston describe his base? You want a flexible but strong base.
Yep.
And flexible, here's what that is. Are you ready? Because you're a dum-dum. This is flexible but strong. Okay. Warm sourdough toast. So toasted sourdough. So not quite a crostini. It's not going to on
it's not going to destroy your mouth.
Yeah. But it's firm, but it has a little it's got a little chew.
Here's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, tell us your issue.
She's already so mad. Sourdough has a flavor to it.
Yeah, and it's delicious.
It's no longer a base.
It's absolutely. I can eat sourdough for the rest of my life.
But
my only
sourdough
food.
with a sweet doesn't seem like it would work.
Yeah, sweet and sour, they don't go together at all. God knows nothing.
This is how she talks to the best decision she's ever made, by the way. That was the worst press impression I have ever heard in my entire life. And there's not a close second place. I forget every time because I know Lauren outside of the podcast and I know how she is as a person. I forget every time how ruthless she gets when she's on the show.
Absolutely ruthless.
Thankfully, it's pretty much always directed at Preston and not me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go so far as jump on because sourdough, has a stronger flavor than baguette. It's a bad pick here. I'm honestly more worried about the toast aspect because Like, how quickly is your charcuterie board being fully consumed here, Lauren? Is
that's
your
the
toast,
thing. It's
are you just constantly toasting your bread as the night goes?
It's once it's okay. Like is it a perk if it's warm? Yes, but once it's cooled and it's like just like a hard little toast, that's cool too. That's fine. Like it could be room temp. It doesn't. It's the sourdoughness.
I just feel like. I don't know. The toast feels like a risk to me because toast is not as a food that famously does not like age
well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna have like a 30-minute window on those things before they become
really
skipped by everyone on the charcuterie board.
I feel like I should have gone with something else.
Well, that is the nature of the game, there, friend.
Yeah, it's true.
You wanted the freedom, suffer the consequences.
Yeah, it's not so easy, is it, Lauren? Now that you know.
No.
Now that you can be victim to your own free will, it's not so fun, is it?
That's the subtitle of the show. The Drafted Podcast, where we are victims of our own free will.
It's so true.
Shit.
Okay, Lauren, listen, you can bounce back here. You can bounce. It wasn't a catastrophic pick, all right? If you nail this landing here, if you find something,
it would be tough to make a catastrophic pick.
All right, then I'm gonna go with something I know will push me in a better direction.
Okay, perfect.
And that is some organic honey.
Oh.
A little drizzly.
Oh, okay.
Do I expect you to like anything that I say?
He's not going to. He's not going to. I don't know how you two live together.
I could be like $1 million, and he'd be like, "Oh, it's."
If you aren't
Nobody
watching
wants that.
If you aren't watching the pod, I write my picks in my notebook here. Because from the very first episode we recorded, I learned if I type them on a keyboard, my mic will pick it up. So ever since episode 1, I have written them in my notebook so that I have every pick as they go. And so as Lauren said, organic honey, I go down, look at my notebook to write it down, and I hear Preston go, And I think I would have bet my entire life that it was a good But then I pick my little head up and look back at the screen, and he's got this scowl on his face, and I was so surprised by it. I thought for sure that was a nearly orgasmic little noise he made, but no, he's not so happy with this pick.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, Preston, what do you got against organic honey?
Please.
It's sticky.
It's going in your mouth.
That's your issue?
It's too sticky.
That's your issue with the honey pick?
It's too sticky. It's difficult to manipulate.
This is... What's happening here?
It's difficult to manipulate.
Like it.
I don't like
Listen,
it.
Sensory, baby.
Okay.
Sensory, baby.
I'm going to call an intervention here. Preston, I want you to say one nice thing about one of Lauren's picks so far, and then Lauren is to say one nice thing about Preston's picks after Preston makes his next pick.
I don't remember your picks.
One nice thing.
Sourdough is good for sandwiches, so I'll just make a sandwich out of the rest of your board, and that will taste really good.
With honey as a beautiful condiment.
That wasn't a compliment. That was rude.
Okay, we'll work on it for next time. We'll work on it for next time. I think I do have like a category for condiments. I did not have honey on there, but I like it. The one thing is I'm curious to see, because I feel like I guess the sourdough is a pretty good compliment, but I'm curious to see what other compliments you go to get away from like the sweet creaminess, because I feel like that creamy goat cheese isn't that like much of a stark contrast to your organic honey. That's my one concern right now, Lauren.
Okay. Fair.
To see, I'm curious to see how you round it up, but I agree. I think you're gonna get. If people were raising their eyebrows at warm sourdough toast, I think you got some people back on your team with that organic honey there. Preston, you've got some real mains right now.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to continue down that road with your third pick, or are you going to start branching off into the realm of complementary pieces?
No, I'm going into a complimentary piece that is one of my favorite additions to a charcuterie board.
Okay.
At the end of glass of wine number 1, I can't remember what it's called, but when I say this word, everybody will know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm taking picolettes.
Picolettes?
Are you talking about
gherkins?
Peppadew peppers?
I'm taking gherkins. Thank you, Dan. I'm taking tiny fancy pickles. Tiny, fancy pickles.
That's what everyone just leaves on the side of a charcuterie board.
For me to scoop up and enjoy.
That wasn't even on my list.
This is a classic charcuterie board item. It was not on my list either. Because are you getting like the little sweet ones?
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, not like sweet, but like
Pickled.
not. No, I want pickles.
They taste like butter pickles.
Not the butter kind. Like saltiness. I need
a little baby little pickle, guys.
Like a regular
You just want
pickle.
a mini pickle.
I just want a mini. I want a pickle, but I want it to be fancy and small. Also, if you have like sliced pickles, they're gonna like leak everywhere. So I need them to be whole pickles, but tiny.
Sliced like.
Could we not?
Like a burger?
Yeah, I don't want those.
Let's not use leek as a verb to describe food.
Unless you are taking leeks to put onto your charcuterie.
Then it's fine. Yeah, I didn't have gherkin. I love a pickle, a good pickle, but I really want like a really vinegary, like my favorite pickle is the boar's head deli pickle that you get.
I'm not quite going all that way, but
yeah, that wouldn't make sense on a charcuterie board. I don't think gherkins definitely do, but I'm just not a huge gherkin guy. You know, does that make sense? But I think a lot of people probably are. A lot of people are going to like those little pickles. Is my anticipation. Okay, Lauren, we're at the point of the show where you have to say something nice about one of Preston's picks.
I have to.
Yep. It can be as half-assed as his attempt was. If
I like those little bumps that are on those pickles. They're tactilely exciting.
That's true. You do get a unique texture with that pick, Preston.
Yes.
And a unique visual item on a charcuterie board as well.
I need a color change. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good by you.
Okay.
All right. No one. Oh no. Preston took prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
No one's taken a meat yet. I think I will take my meat now. I'm gonna go ahead and take salami as my meat.
That was my meat, man.
Oh well, that is beautiful.
Don't take Lauren's meat.
That's beautiful to hear.
Get your hands off my meat, Daniel.
No, I like it. I think that's good.
Thank you.
I was gonna try and get that to combo the prosciutto because of their.
You were gonna double meat.
Oh yeah, I was gonna double meat.
Double meat.
I was definitely gonna double meat.
Wow.
I still made double meat.
Ooh.
I just gotta be thoughtful.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to take it away from you.
No, I need contrast, but this is a good. If you end up with only one, then this is a good one. And if you add on along the way, it's also good, just because it's interesting.
Yeah. Salami's just fucking good. This is I think salami. I think is my favorite like deli meat. And anytime I make a sandwich out of it, I just always find myself also just like eating slices of it, like extra. You know what I mean? So yeah, I go hard for salami, and that's not to say I always like hard salami. Genoa salami is good as well. I don't really know which one. I'm just gonna leave it open ended. So whichever salami you
insert
prefer.
salami here.
Insert salami here. Put that on a t-shirt, huh? All right, that does bring us to the halfway point of the charcuterie board draft. Here are the teams so far. Lauren has creamy goat cheese, warm sourdough toast, and organic honey. Preston has a thinly sliced baguette from France, prosciutto, and gherkins. And then I have brie, blackberries, and salami. We're going to take a quick breather and be back with the second half of the draft in just a moment. Hey gang, it's that time once again to promote our Patreon. Thank you so much to everyone who supports us there already. I'm talking to you, Lauren, KP3, Lisa, Tanuki, Kelsey, Chai, Lexi, Tim, Andrew, Tyler, Benjamin, Adriax, Cody, Tim, Bobby, MC, and Sarah. Thank you all so much for the love and support. It goes so far. And thank you for all of our free members over there. Yes, you can follow for free. You guys get early access to episodes, and just getting our numbers up over there is a huge deal. So free supporters, we love you guys too. Remember, you get so many perks for being a paid member though. You get extra content every other week that only you get to see. You get constant discount codes to the merch shop. It's a great deal. We really try our best to make it worth your while. So if you're not on the Patreon already, consider checking it out, see what each tier brings you, and even if you just end up following for free, we'd appreciate that so much. All right, let's get back to the episode. Okay, we are back, and something is different about Preston and Lauren's side of things here. What's going on over there?
Well,
an example.
We wished really hard, and a charcuterie board appeared.
But this is what I needed to show you about the knife industry. Look. They make. Look at. How do I get this
Audio
out?
medium.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Holy
built
hell.
in, baby. Built in.
Okay,
This
Lauren,
one's nice.
Lauren
It's got
is-
the ridges for crackers.
Yeah, Lauren has this huge wooden board, which basically has a moat around the edge of it, I guess for crackers. And then she pulled out a drawer that had like 4 different charcuterie knives in it. Again, a great episode to watch rather than listen to, if you're so inclined. I think we're
You
getting
like
close
that
to.
board ASMR.
It was phenomenal. We're gonna have to open up start a second channel of just about board ASMR. But yeah, we're getting really close to 50 subscribers over on the YouTube. So even if you don't want to watch the show, go ahead and subscribe over there, just because nice round numbers are good. All right, we are here for the first pick of the 4th round. It's my selection, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take my. I'm going to take my other cheese here because I have my soft cheese and I want a hard cheese. And I conducted some research. I consulted some outside opinions here, and oh,
I think
the
both of
cheese.
us are nervous over here.
The cheese. Well, I'm curious to see. This is not honestly a cheese that I'm super familiar with.
Oh God, he's gonna take my hard cheese.
But it is described as like a firm and nutty cheese,
No.
which
God
is what I want perfectly, because I don't think I have space for actual nuts. But getting a nutty to my cheese is perfect. So I'm gonna take Manchego cheese. as my hard cheese.
Daniel, no.
Do you both
that
want
was
this?
gonna be my
Yes.
number. That was what I was gonna pick instead of goat cheese,
Oh boy.
and then I chickened
And I just
out.
got it in round
Manchego
4?
is the best cheese, bar none.
Well, there you go.
Best cheese in the world. Also, fun fact: it's goat's milk, so it
Yeah.
doesn't hurt your belly. You can eat as much as you want.
I'm very upset by this.
I'm so sorry.
Manchego is like my go-to on a
So
charcuterie
good.
board.
I want to.
It sounds like it was for both of you. Why did you both not take it in your first 3
Because
picks?
we're not thinking right.
I didn't think you were
today.
going to take another chease.
Ugh.
I thought I could wait on cheese because you already had one cheese.
Oh, you don't have a cheese at all, do you?
No, I have no cheese.
Listen, on a charcuterie board, I want multiple cheeses. On ideal charcuterie board, maybe even
You
has
have to
3
have
cheeses for me.
multiple cheeses.
But with 6 picks, I think I am going to limit it to 2 here. But yeah, I want it very, very minimum soft cheese and a hard cheese for sure. I'm sorry.
Deeply upsetting.
I do apologize.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Have I ever caught 2 people so brutally with a pick before?
That is a rare occurrence.
It's just
That was like a
should've
double
been better.
knockout with the one
I
pick.
should have been better. I don't know what else to say.
That's okay. I
Should-
still believe in
should've been
both of you.
better.
I still believe in both of you. You guys can rally. You're Lauren's
not
slipping into that
feeling-
Preston of like defeatism right now.
I'm not feeling. This was supposed to be my category, and I'm feeling very.
Lauren, we're halfway through this giraffe. It's not over yet.
Okay.
Lauren, I could take the mountain with my 6th pick. Okay, anything can happen here. You're not out of it yet. Preston, where are you going with pick number 4?
I'm going to take my sweet.
Mhm.
I would like it to be something that goes well on the baguette and maybe goes well with a potential cheese I may or may not take in the future. I'm taking an orange marmalade.
Oh yeah. You
Where
should. Really...
Hold on. Where were we that we both came up with that idea? We must have been
Wait, were
eating
you really?
That was the one when I said earlier, there's no way that somebody's going to take my thing. That was the thing.
Wow, I feel so
Oh, no.
vindicated.
Is it because of
We
that
do
one
love
dinner
each
that we
other.
had like 4 years ago over here by Target where they gave us orange marmalade on our charcuterie board and it stuck with both of us and we were like, this is really good.
Oh God, that was the best charcuterie board ever. That shit was good. Yes, I think it secretly was because that one dinner we had 4 years ago, that shit was good.
Well, there you go.
Right.
It warms my heart to see you two agree on something.
Well, this is what happens when you eat the same, like, eat meals together for 13 years.
Well,
Eventually,
that's why I was so
that's
shocked that seemingly you didn't agree on a single one of your first 6 picks. I thought for sure you two would just be going back and forth taking each other's picks. And until now, that hasn't happened.
Oh, I'm so mad. All right.
I think actually, Lauren, that there are better options here than orange marmalade, because orange marmalade kind of has a bitterness to it because it has so much of the peel in there.
That it does.
That I think that there are, and you don't even have to go into the realm of like too sweet, in my opinion, but just things that are more like, without that hint of bitter that maybe you want to complement the prosciutto and gherkins and so forth. So I wouldn't be too defeated just yet. I don't think that was a nailed on pick, in my opinion.
Okay. All right.
It is your turn now, Lauren.
Okay. I gotta pick my meat. Do I? Because you guys already have your meats.
Preston, am I the only one thinking that Lauren is saying meat in kind of a weird way?
An interesting.
I don't know, Daniel. I've been reading smut for 6 hours and have had 3 glasses of wine. So yeah, I might be saying meat in an interesting way.
She's in a sensitive position.
Well, that explains it. Because every time Lauren has said meat tonight, I've not thought of the kind of meat you would put on a charcuterie board.
That's on you.
I don't know that it is entirely. All right.
Okay.
Meat. Give me your meat here.
Strategically,
Okay, sorry
I
for saying it
shouldn't
like
pick my
that.
meat because you guys already picked yours.
She didn't hear it, thankfully. Thank goodness.
Okay. I'm gonna, instead of my meat, I'm gonna take something that I think is essential to a good charcuterie board.
She's about to take a board right now, and you and I are going to look like fools. We're going to be eating off of the table.
That was the one thing.
Idiot!
You forgot!
Yeah, I think we all get physical boards here. They might not all look like Lauren's board that she showed off to start the segment, but
all right,
maybe
ready?
we all get boards. Yeah.
Even before meat, you have to have a deliciously crunchy roasted almonds.
Yeah,
Oh.
nice. King of the nuts.
King of the nuts.
Are roasted almonds king of the nuts?
Yeah.
I consume an ungodly amount of almonds every day.
What, are we doing, any flavors? Are we getting, rosemary and stuff on those nuts?
No. Just roasted, lightly salted almonds, because they're supposed to they're the crunch. You're not trying to, pull away from the other flavors.
Yeah. So you're saying your toast is not crunchy, is what I'm getting at?
It's the top crunch, Daniel.
Get her, Dan. Get her, Dan.
Okay.
It's the top crunch.
Okay.
The way I do it is my base, and then my goat cheese, and then my honey, and then I put a little almond on top.
Whoa, like a savory
little,
sundae.
Yeah, like a little. It's delicious.
Okay. I do like almonds. I think there were too many other categories and options to want to fill to actually go with a nut pick, if that makes sense. But I can't really knock going that direction. I can't really, because nuts are just a top tier snack food, and having them in your charcuterie board is you can't knock it, in my opinion. Preston, do you have any thoughts here?
I hate to admit it, I think this is good. I definitely would have taken almonds had they been left to me. Definitely would have snatched them up. So I think it's good.
Snatch these nuts.
I would snatch those
Nice.
nuts in a heartbeat if they were available.
Has this been the most sexually charged episode we've ever done?
Since the last one I was on, maybe.
I don't know how this happens. It's all the meats, I guess, and all the wine, probably.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lauren, what's your next pick?
All right, now I got to go with my meat. I'm trying to compliment. Shut up. I'm going to compliment I got to pick the right meat to complement the toast that I went with and the cheese, because not just anything goes with goat cheese,
This is true.
So I'm going to go with, hold on, I feel like I need to double check this with a quick Goog.
She's Googling her answer, folks.
Lauren.
Yeah, drafted first.
I wanted to make sure it was the right
Lauren, this is a podcast. This is a podcast.
Everyone, please hold.
We can't be dropping a mid-pod quick goog on the phone. Come My God.
There's no lifelines
Where was
here.
the pre-draft prep? We were supposed to do this draft last weekend.
I had 14 options on my list, not this one.
I thought you were going to say I had 14 glasses of wine before this draft.
Not for
All right, I want you to listen because to the description though that the Goog gave me because I think it's going to help sell
Hold up. Can we? What is this Goog thing?
She's googing on
That's
her
not a-
charcuterie. She's asking the Goog for
All
great
right.
charcuterie
This is the most inappropriate show I've ever done, and I can't condone it. We can't publish this.
Okay. All right, listen to the description
Of what?
of my choice.
Okay. Typically people tell you what it is and then describe
No,
it.
Yeah,
I'm going to
she's
read the
gotta come with her
description.
own-
You're
her
going to
own
guess what it
selves
is.
here.
Is it,
Okay.
is it
All right.
pepperoni?
No,
That's
it's
a
not
trivia game.
pepperoni. God. It's an Italian dry meat product made from pork, cured lean
capicola?
cuts of pork.
Is it capicola?
No.
Is it a
Let
capicola?
her describe.
It's
She's-
okay, so it's thin, it's salty, it's hammy, but
Okay,
it's
so
not
Preston
like
already took
it's
prosciutto.
not
I don't know if you
cheap
missed that
like
or not.
pepperoni, where you're just like, ew, this is for the top of pizza.
What is,
Okay,
what is
it's
it?
sopressata.
What the hell's that word?
Sopressata?
Sopressata.
Read
How do
it,
I-
sheep.
She's now
How do I
holding the
spell
phone
that?
up to the camera on the audio medium. Sopressata.
Lauren-
Sopressata.
Lauren's really got this podcast
Lauren
thing
doesn't
down.
understand podcast.
I mean, hey, not to force you into the goog here, Dan, but
It looks
I
good.
think if you look into sopressata, you may say that this is a salami and not
It's
allow it.
not. Look.
It looks
No.
just
Look,
like
because if
salami.
you go back, look. Okay, what meats go on a shark? Have we all picked a meat before I? No one's gonna double up on
Yeah.
meats, right?
We've all
Pinky swear?
meated our meats. Well, Preston was saying he might take a second meat.
Okay, so listen, because it says right here, what meats go on a charcuterie board? Prosciutto, Genoa salami, chorizo, bleh, gross, sopressata, ham, and cured sausages. So salami and sopressata are two different things.
You said Genoa salami.
Yeah, salami and sopressata are two different things.
I don't know.
Listen,
Oh,
I don't think we can get too much into the realm of like there are so many Italian dried meats that I think if we try to be too all encompassing, then we're going to run into an issue here.
Okay, that's fair.
So I don't if it's got a different name, I think it's fine.
Thank
People,
you.
the thing is that the mistake about this pick is people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?" When they
No,
see
they're not,
it
because
or
they're
when
going to
they hear
Google it and they're going to be like, that looks delicious.
I don't think
I
you
bet it would
understand the
go
habits
great.
of our listeners.
I bet it would go
Yeah,
great with goat
I
cheese and
I think
honey and a nice sourdough toast base.
I think
and
at
an almond
most
on
10%
top.
of our listeners will Google what the hell sopressata is, and then none of those people will vote.
100% of them will, because I believe in our listeners.
That's can I? What odds you give me on that? Because I will happily take that bet.
Yeah, don't do it. Let's say this. If you have Googled this, if you've Googled sopressata, post in the Discord
Post your screenshot. Post your Wikipedia.
Post a screenshot.
You're going to get so much
Yeah.
meat
with
in your Discord.
with the caption. With the caption, how about dim meats?
How about this meat?
And then we'll know that you were listening and you did
Yeah.
it at Lauren's suggestion.
We'll count it as a vote for Lauren if you do that.
Yeah.
All right, Preston. Lauren, be honest. Did you know what sopressata is before you were?
Yes.
Before
I'm
the
a
last.
classy lady.
The last.
Have
Do you know
I
how many
or you
charcuterie
ever
boards I've
eaten
made?
sopressata?
I have
I don't
made charcuterie boards with sopressata on them. I
Okay,
made
so
it at the
so
Publix.
what is it? Just it just looks like it basically looks like a fattier salami, basically,
Yeah.
right?
That's what it looks like.
It's a better salami. Correct.
Well, I think Dan's got you beat on the brand ID
Yes,
of just
100%.
salami.
Rubes.
Oops.
I won't even try to contest that, to be honest.
All right.
Preston, where are you going here?
You guys are both going to shame this, and you know what? Frankly, I don't care because I'm following my heart.
You know I will.
That's the most Preston preface of a pick I've ever heard. Both of you are going to shit all over me for this pick, but I don't care.
But I don't care because I'm building a board for me. I'm building
Yeah.
a board that I would enjoy.
All right, fine.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
I need a palate cleanser,
Okay.
and I want something for the people who don't usually enjoy a charcuterie board.
Sure.
I'm
Those
taking. You try to interrupt me. I'm taking dark chocolate.
That's on my list.
Is it?
Dark salted chocolate.
That's-
you forgot
yeah.
the salt, so you're
Well,
basically SOL.
I'm okay. I actually think the combination of dark chocolate and orange marmalade is actually pretty good.
This is an okay choice. The only reason it was on my list is because it complements the wine that you should be drinking if you're eating a charcuterie board.
Which is what?
Like, no one's trying to eat, like, salami and chocolate, or prosciutto and chocolate. Gross. Even worse.
But
Yeah,
but
can I
imagine
be
imagine
honest?
this experience. Imagine this experience.
Okay, I'm imagining.
Prosciutto into the mouth. Savory.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Skin in mouth.
Skin and mouth. Wonderful. Amazing. Some toasted, not toasted, just sliced baguette with some orange marmalade
Mhm.
into mouth. Nice, different experience. Follow it up with a nice little piece of dark chocolate, and then you go enjoy conversation for about 10, 15 minutes. You come back to the board, wash, rinse, repeat, steps 1 through 3. I feel like I'm offering an experience here.
You're eating dessert every bite?
Prosciutto's not dessert.
Chocolate.
I would eat prosciutto for dessert.
No one's trying to load up on like 6 bites of chocolate.
To me, Preston. I mean, I can't knock you for taking just like fucking chocolate. You know, people are
Dark
gonna
chocolate.
people are never gonna be like, I'm not taking that team. He took chocolate.
Mhm.
But it like if we're really trying to build out the best charcuterie board we can in earnest, it feels like a luxury pick to me that you aren't really in a position to like be able to.
Because I don't have cheese.
You know what I mean?
Don't worry, I'm a salt.
It's like when the Giants took Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Great player, but they need a lot more than that.
you are
On
not
their
ready
board.
for him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's not getting you over the massive hump you still got to clear.
You don't have
Which
any
I'm not
cheese yet?
trying to say you're the Giants here.
Oh my God.
You're better than the Giants for sure. But yeah, it just feels like if our draft was like 10 rounds deep, dark chocolate great pick. But I think in like a 6 pick, I don't know that it's enough
I
of a
appreciate
core
the
member.
variety that it gets me, and I think it goes with another piece on my board. Like I said, the orange marmalade, and the orange marmalade goes with some other pieces on my board. I think I'm trying to build out, like what I'm trying to do is build out different ways you could pair 2 things together. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, that's fair.
Interesting.
All right, it's time for my final 2 picks, and this is going to be a tough draft for me because again, 6 feels shallow for this draft, right?
Mhm.
Like I think maybe 8 would be ideal. You get like 8, like you were saying.
Well, we
12,
heard the quad threes earlier,
yeah.
so
We
you're
did,
supposed to
right?
have 12 according to.
Yeah, I don't know that I
whatever.
buy that. That seems like a lot to me. But I think 8 probably would have been ideal. I'm going to go with my cracker here. I'm going to go with just water crackers, which have a great crunch to them, great texture, which I think is the most important thing. And I'm going to let the flavors of my board stand out for themselves. Lauren looks
Ugh.
disgusted with this.
I hate water crackers.
What?
I'll
How
eat
can
them.
How can you
They're
possibly hate water
flavorless.
crackers?
Have you? Okay, now that we all have a base.
I'm sorry. The flavorless is kind of the point.
Yeah.
No.
It's a texture. It's a texture experience more than a
Yeah.
flavor experience.
Thank you, Preston.
Okay, at least do like a sesame water cracker. You know, the
Mhm.
ones that have little sesame seeds on them. Or honestly, the supreme base that none of us mentioned that I have regret, but I'm going to say it anyway, is a toasted round.
A toasted
crostini.
round.
No. It's a cracker. It's not even close to a toasted is the brand. Toasted rounds.
What the hell are you talking about?
The hell are you talking about?
It's a cracker.
I'm looking this up. This is meant.
It
by
comes
the
in
way,
it comes in
again,
a maroon box.
Lauren, we have a whole
They're so
part of the
freaking
pod that's for
buttery.
picks you don't
Yeah.
take.
Have you
There's a
listened to the
whole
show before?
segment of
There's
the
a whole
episode
section
for
I
that.
where
get
you can convince us, of
And
things
she's
that aren't
jumping
real.
the gun. Toasted
I
rounds.
forget.
These are crostinis.
They're not crostinis. They're crackers.
These okay. Oh, okay.
It's
They
a
look- they
literal
look-
butter cracker.
They look like Ritz crackers.
Yeah, it's a fancy Ritz cracker.
No shot. No shot.
It's delicious with
I'm
magic.
I'm ecstatic with my water cracker. It's just like pinnacle cracker texture to me.
I mean, it is good. It always comes in the fancy basket with those stupid long. They're freakishly.
And you know
long.
what? You know what? Maybe I have some varietals in there. Maybe I have a little flavored one. Maybe I have a little sesame one.
You can't have all the things. What is it?
Why not?
Watercracker or nothing?
You can buy a box of those watercrackers that have like
variety flavors. Yeah.
In the same box. So I would
Preston
allow
and I are
that.
so in sync in this episode. It's
I think that's a really good choice for this
Thank you.
board that you've built because you've got some strong flavors going on and you have a nice neutral texture added.
And critically, they don't destroy my mouth.
No, they don't.
They give me that firm, rigid base without just wreaking havoc in there.
Firm, rigid.
All right. Now it's my last pick here, and I there's a few directions I can go. I definitely will have some things to discuss in the aforementioned segment, Lauren, where we discuss things that we ended up not taking.
Shut up.
It's like she's never been on the show before. My God. The thing I want to take is a thing that I think people will hate.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Great strat.
Interesting.
But you know what? Maybe I just lean into my Preston here, my inner Preston, and do what I want.
Usually works out super well.
And all, and I think the nice thing about this pick is it also kind of has like built-in variety again. Like I think this thing gives me access to a few different types of this thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with like an assortment of olives to round out my charcuterie board. Are you both olive haters?
We hate olives. We do not conform to the olive theory.
Do you think?
I feel good that I took it with my last pick. Then.
Do you think the following statement is true?
Okay.
There are lots of people that hate olives.
Yes.
Us included.
I do think that is true.
The people that like olives don't like olives as much as the people who hate olives hate olives.
No.
You don't think that's right?
I think there are people that love olives as much as people hate olives. Yeah,
really.
I'm one of those people.
Loves olives. Like that's what I love.
Olives.
Okay,
red flag.
Forget the people that are googling meats.
Sorry,
I want to know.
Googling? What's googling?
Googing.
Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you, Dan. They're googing meats. Got it.
Googing their coochie meats.
I want them to put in there if they like olives, and I want an example of them eating olives.
Are you going to make our Discord prove to you that they like olives by sending videos of them eating olives?
I have olives in my fridge. I'll just eat olives plain for the Patreon.
You have olives and no coffee?
Yeah.
What? Why is that related? I don't understand.
Like, if you ask me, what do you have in your house right now? The odds of like 100 people saying that they have olives but not coffee is
actually on
0
on
to
stream.
100.
I think because there's someone in my Twitch community who fucking hates olives. She thinks they're absolutely disgusting. But I can't remember why. I think I said like I would do it if someone gifted 5 subs or something. I did a pickleback shot, but with olive juice rather than pickle juice.
Oh,
that's how much I like olives. It was completely fine. Olives give me a lot of different things. They kind of fill that very similar role to the gherkin role. They kind of give me that saltiness, that change of texture. I do wish they gave me a little bit more pop of color. I won't lie because I already have the blackberries.
Yeah, they look rotten.
but if I get like I want some Kalamata olives in there, I want some green olives, so I am gonna get a little bit of color pop. And people like different kinds of olives. So if you like those green olives with the red little peppers in there, you can eat those. If you like the Kalamata for the Greek flavor in there, you can get those. If you just like the black olives like me, you get those. It's a good saltiness again to complement kind of the creaminess and nuttiness of my cheeses.
Complement the creepiness of your cheese.
Yeah, I devour olives. Every Thanksgiving, my mom will make like a veggie tray, and the olives are always the first thing that are gone.
Really?
Due to me, yep. Just house them. Just fucking house them.
Spoil your Thanksgiving stomach on olives?
No, it's we don't eat Thanksgiving till like 4 o'clock, like 3-4 o'clock, and the first football game starts at like 12:30. So you gotta have a little something to snack on until it's properly Thanksgiving dinner time.
Oh no.
What?
Okay,
what happened?
Lauren's now thrown her headphone across the room, and the dog is about to eat it, and she saved it from the dog.
Thrown is extreme.
Had the dog eaten it,
That's not what happened.
it would have been a really fun audio experience.
That would have been
videos of the dogs that eat
an abrupt
microphones.
ending, right? We're abrupt ending to the show. 'Cause you'd have to tend to that, I imagine.
Yeah.
Your dog having eaten a earbud. Preston, where are you going with your last pick? I have to say, I am not shocked that you two don't like olives. I know that will be a polarizing pick for sure, but that makes me feel much better about taking it with my last pick, I have to say.
Yeah, that is, if you're going to get them, that's certainly the spot.
Yeah.
All right, you two. I don't have any cheese.
You don't have any cheese. You gotta have cheese.
Yeah, boy, how...
Cheese.
Jesus. You're only going to have one cheese here.
Guess what, friends?
Jesus.
Guess what, Jesus?
Jesus.
Guess what I'm not taking?
No, don't do it.
I'm not taking cheese.
Preston, please.
No, you shut it.
What?
Believe in me.
You're destroying the sanctity of this draft.
No.
I don't even think you're allowed to call it a charcuterie board if there's
I
no
agree.
cheese.
What is
on
the
it.
what is
Think
the
of what
translation
Tara
of
will think of
charcuterie
this.
board?
What will Tara think of this? Of you not having a single cheese in
Does
your
charcuterie
charcuterie board?
boards not have cheese?
Don't audio goog something on the
You were mad
podcast.
about it.
Lauren, what don't you get about the medium?
It's a podcast. There's a microphone in front of you.
I feel like Lauren has forgotten that. Yeah, Lauren's completely forgotten this.
She
Like,
thinks this
for
is just a
content for
conversation.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's the answer you
I
got?
thought you wanted me to say it out loud.
What did Goog
What did the goog say?
Don't worry about it. This isn't really Goog. It's AI Goog,
AI,
so it doesn't
yeah.
count as a real answer.
Gemini, right? That's what it's called.
It says by definition, no, it shouldn't include cheese because technically it's supposed to be a showcase of meat.
Ooh. Turns out I'm the only correct one.
Are you double meeting then?
Nope.
What pray tell are you doing?
I am going full French.
Oh.
I am taking salted butter. A salted butter spread.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Now you're just having breakfast. Like,
Yep.
This isn't a charcuterie board. This is just breakfast in France.
I want salted butter on a baguette with prosciutto. I could eat that every day for the rest of my life.
You gonna get that Kerrygold butter?
Yes.
That's not French.
What is it?
It's
Irish, isn't it?
Irish. I'm getting Kerrygold Irish salted butter.
Was that what you were envisioning, Kerrygold specifically? And you were selling it as full French?
He probably was. They're gonna be mad about that.
you know the famously
Ireland.
French name Carrie?
Carrie. Kerrygold.
I'm disappointed in you. I have to be honest. This feels like an affront to the format. What do you mean,
Is there not
You're attacking the sanctity of the show right now.
Do we not normally say, like, hey, no, you can't do that. That doesn't fall within this category? Because I've heard you do that
Not
before.
when it would prohibit someone from making their own mistake. Let me make my own mistake here.
I think we've saved people from themselves sometimes, but I don't think I can really argue that it doesn't qualify as a viable pick. I think it's insane to not take a single cheese, though. I think that's crazy. I think people are going to respect you less after this episode.
You're using butter as your dairy?
Yes.
That's
so you're
crazy.
just going to have a little cup of butter.
It's like a butter bell. A butter bell.
A butter bell.
So that it stays soft.
Did you go into your draft planning this to go cheeseless?
Nope.
You took Manchego and he just
everybody took all the cheeses I like.
He doesn't want to commit to any other cheese.
I wasn't going to have craft singles on my charcuterie board.
Lauren,
so.
does this not feel like throwing in the towel a little bit with this pick? Does it not feel like he's just like...
I'm not.
It just feels like you're trying to target a different audience.
Turn your ears on me. Hear ye, hear ye. I would eat a French baguette with salted butter and prosciutto every meal.
Yeah, you know what? I would have a fucking banh mi, but that's not charcuterie.
That's exactly. Thank you, Daniel. That's absolutely irrelevant. It's delicious, yes.
You're telling me people aren't going to be excited by walking up to a charcuterie board and being I can have salted butter on my baguette? That's amazing.
Disappointed Tara's going to be in you after this draft?
The fact that you're walking up to a charcuterie board with a baguette on it to begin with is weird. People are going to be like, why is there raw bread on this thing?
Sliced baguette. And it's not raw. It's been baked. We've been over this.
They're going to say, why is that raw bread there? And who put this bowl of yellow cream next to it? What do I do? It's not breakfast time.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that you can't make that pick, Preston, but I'm saddened by it. I have to say.
Okay.
I have to say.
Listen,
Lauren.
at the end of the day, the respect of myself is the only respect I need.
I just feel like you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you're gonna be upset with yourself over this pick. I have to be honest.
What we can talk about it in the last segment of the show, but I'm not sure there was another obvious cheese sitting out there on the board that I don't find.
There's a whole world of cheese out there, Preston. There's thousands of cheeses you could have gone with. Thousands.
I could have just invented one from
all over the world.
I want Saskatchewan cheese. You didn't
even need to go to France, Ireland for your cheese.
In our last segment where we talk about the things that we could have picked, I'll tell you all the cheeses that you missed.
Okay.
Yes. Lauren, in the meantime, why don't you give us the last pick? Why don't you round out your charcuterie board here?
All right. So I want to go with fruit for my final pick. I'm torn between what I actually prefer and what would go better with what I have.
Ooh, okay. I think it's important. I think it's key to adjust here to your team. The sixth pick is all about complimenting what you got.
Okay.
Or
in that case,
or taking fucking salted butter.
In that case, I am going to go with a dried cherry.
Oh,
dried
cherries.
A little bowl of.
I like that. The chewiness is a good texture that you don't have.
That's why I'm going with it.
I'm not familiar with like a dried cherry.
I was thinking more of like cherries on our charcuterie board every time.
I was thinking more of like a dried apricot or something.
No, when we go to my mom's house and I make a charcuterie board, I always put the dried cherries.
That's what those are?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought they were raisins.
They're not.
I sincerely hope that when you guys have like these sidebars, because Preston and Lauren are sitting right next to each other, that like the mic is actually picking up these conversations. That's my concern right now.
Let's hope so.
You're just gonna see,
or else half of the show is useless.
Yeah, the content of this episode has been so good. Hopefully, any of it is actually listenable in podcast audio format. Here are the teams at the end of the charcuterie board draft. Lauren, this is what she's serving. She's got creamy goat cheese that she's putting on warm sourdough toast with organic honey, roasted almonds, sopressata, everyone's favorite and most well-known Italian meat, and dried cherries. And Preston has thinly sliced baguette, prosciutto, gherkins, orange marmalade, dark chocolat, and salted butter. I have brie, blackberries, salami, manchego cheese, water crackers, and olives. We've got so much to discuss about those picks after one final reader. Hey guys, thanks so much for sticking with us through our summer break. We are back, and to celebrate, we'd like to announce our newest merch line, the Don't Look at Me When I'm Reading line. We've got a t-shirt, we've got a hat, we've got a mug, we've got a sweater, of course inspired by the famous moment the last time we had Lauren on the show. Also like to announce a lot of price changes on the merch shop, including some stuff that's cheaper than it was before. So if you've not checked out the merch shop, maybe a good time to do so. It's a great way to support the show, in addition to all the ways you already do. If you're looking for more ways to do that, we would love you. Link to the shop in the show notes, of course. Let's get back to the episode. Okay, we are back, and for the life of me, I could not have predicted an episode that was as contentious and controversial as this one was. So I thought, this is a nice little draft, nice and easy. Everyone will be on the same page. No one's doing anything crazy here. Lo and behold, this was one of the most weird drafts I can remember. But first, before we dissect some of those weird picks, I want to hear, what were some of the food items that were left on your board at the end of the draft?
Why don't you start us off, little Miss Eager?
All right, let's talk charcuterie. Here's the thing. I regret the crackers. I really do. Toasteds, let me sponsor you. Sponsor me? Sponsor me? Sponsor
Let
you?
me sponsor
Let
you.
me. Honestly, they need it because nobody knows who they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll really take off after this episode.
I wanted to take a thinly sliced pear.
Yeah, I had that on my list.
That'd have been better
It
than your
doesn't-
cherries, I think.
Not
think
with
so,
what
too.
I had though, because I don't want to put a thinly sliced pear on anything that's not a cracker. I want
Well,
to.
yeah, you should have
need
taken
it
crackers. Why'd you take sourdough
because I'm
first?
an idiot. So I was really upset about the pear.
I
And
really
that was
think
the
pear would
only
still
thing.
work with your toast, Lauren. I have to be honest. I think it would have worked. Listen, I don't think cherry is necessarily a bad pick, but pear is good, and it was an oversight by me not to have it on my list.
I make a pear and goat cheese salad. That is.
Yeah. Pear with goat cheese. Oh man. Yeah,
it's
you should have gone pear instead of cherry. I think.
Damn it!
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think so too. Actually,
You really blew it. Catastrophically.
Okay.
Was that the only thing you?
Jarlsberg.
Oh yeah.
Cheddar.
Cheddar cheese.
Cheddar? Ew.
Yes, cheddar cheese is very common.
This was my risk
A
of.
sharp cheddar.
what am I, poor?
Yes.
What the fuck? What is poor about cheddar cheese? It's just good.
It's just a sharp
Also,
cheese.
is this the second time that Preston is poor shamed on this episode? What the hell?
What the hell, man?
This is not the voice of Drafted, I assure you.
Rude.
Preston does not speak for the Drafted podcast when he says these things.
Or the pores.
Should we not call them the pores?
As one of them.
Yeah. I feel attacked. I feel very attacked here. You could have gone Camembert, which is basically just exactly the same as Brie, which I was like, one of the things I was hesitant about taking Brie early was
Never heard
someone
of
else could just go Camembert on top of me.
Camembert cheese.
What's Camembert?
It's a soft cheese.
It's just Brie basically from a different part of France.
Okay. Yeah, never heard of it.
I mean, you could have gone with a Gouda, a nice Gouda.
I don't like Gouda. I thought about
Why
Gouda
don't you
and I was
like
like, I don't
Gouda?
think Gouda's going to go well with anything. I don't like Gouda.
Oh boy,
What about Swiss? What about
Ugh.
like a good
Munster.
hoop. What a good hoop cheese.
What's a hoop?
what
What's
about a
hoop?
Gruyere?
A hoop is for hula
Gruyere.
not a cheese.
What about a Gruyere?
There's so many
Gruyere,
cheeses you could
actually,
have gone.
would have
Do
been
you
good.
do you still be honest with me? Do you stand by the salted butter pick?
Yeah.
Really?
I stand by building the charcuterie board that I would most enjoy, and there it is. I found it. I built it. It's mine. I love it.
That's good. I'm happy for you. On my list, I had fig jam, which I think
Yeah.
is such a good
That
charcuterie board
is
accompaniment.
really. I'm surprised I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because it's been a
but I
frequent.
The fig jam
Layer.
manchego combo.
So good.
Ooh,
so
damn.
I was down to that in olives, but I already had the blackberries, and the fig jam felt like it
Mhm.
would maybe be a little repetitive,
Mixed
both
together,
in texture
yeah.
and kind of flavor. Yeah. So yeah, maybe if I gone like I think maybe if I gone like a nut somewhere, like rather than blackberries, then I go with the fig jam at the end there. But fig jam, great charcuterie board member. What was the worst pick of the draft? And I feel you're both going to say olives because you hate olives, but
Butter?
Wait, hold on.
Because it's not a charcuterie option?
You guys don't want to hear what I was weighing butter between?
oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I thought you'd already voiced your things.
No, it's okay. None of them were other cheese options.
Okay.
I had
Some
already
reason-
resigned myself to not taking a cheese.
Okay. Well, first, when did you decide not to take a cheese?
After
At
the
what
last
point in the
cheese I
draft?
liked left the available board.
So the only cheese?
No, I
You
wanted
one cheese?
in this draft.
So
I
round
wanted
4.
either manchego or brie, and I got neither of them.
So you just bailed on all other cheeses?
Yes.
Well, hang on. Can we?
You were
Can
like,
we
if I can't
hang
have
on.
those.
I really want to deep dive in this. We usually don't do this, but like I want to get inside your draft strategy here.
Okay.
If you had exactly 2 cheeses that you liked, why did you not take one through your first 3 picks?
Because you took a cheese, she took a cheese early. That was not one of those 2. So
Yeah.
I thought she was going to wait on cheese for a while, which to be fair, she did. You took a cheese early, and I thought you were going to wait on cheese for a while. The surprise, had you not taken brie, I was taking it the next pick, and then she wouldn't have gotten it.
Uh huh.
So
Okay.
I waited a little long.
So you
And-
thought I wasn't going to go double cheese, is what you're saying?
Yes, that is what
Okay.
I thought. I thought
Okay.
you were going to go double meat
Okay.
or double, something else.
Right. Okay. That honestly is fair enough. That's fair enough. That's I think at least defendable draft process.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I've done here in my own mind is I've taken best available player by going with butter. But then I've gotten to the end of the draft and I don't have a quarterback. We'll figure it out. We'll play the waiver wire. It'll be fine.
PJ Walker, come on down.
Walker. Okay. Celery.
Ooh, I really like celery.
I just think it texture wise is a really nice crunch for charcuterie board. The problem is that there's no like dip, and it doesn't really go with anything. You're not
celery would not have worked for you.
A piece of bread or
It's
something.
not. Again, we're not talking about appetizers. We're just talking about charcuterie boards.
Well, he didn't take it. To be fair, he didn't take it.
He's saying it as something that could potentially be on a charcuterie board.
I didn't take it.
No one has ever put celery on a charcuterie board.
Do not besmirch my man. He didn't take any picks that were not explicitly charcuterie board staples. So I don't think we can assume that he would have taken the celery in the end.
Okay. I also had sliced pear. I had dried apricots. Ooh. I just really like those for a charcuterie board, for sure.
Yeah.
I had pepperoni, but I think it's a little classless. If it's available at a Chuck E. Cheese, it does not belong on a charcuterie board.
I think that's unfair to pepperoni, honestly.
It's not. My mom gets it in that gross pack that's not even refrigerated. It's just like hanging on the end of an aisle. Yeah, no. And she throws that on the charcuterie board. And I'm like, it's still good, though.
It's still good. I think you guys being a little snobbish, which maybe
is
kind of the appeal. It's maybe a bit of the appeal of a charcuterie board, so you get to feel a little bit snobby while you eat one. So
exactly.
That way.
That's the character I've tried to envelop on this show.
It is good.
As someone who loves you both very much, don't snob up or don't snob down to pepperoni. You know what I mean? Pepperoni is just fucking good. Okay. Whether you're eating it plain or on pizza, what have you. Don't deprive yourself of pepperoni because you feel like it's beneath you. That's my.
Lauren would rather have her spizzariniola or whatever the hell it's called.
Sopressata.
Sopressata. Got it.
You just don't like pepperoni?
Not really, no. It's just kind of like overly flavored to me.
Overly flavored.
Yeah,
it tastes like salt and meat. It's delicious.
Yeah, no, but like when it's like I won't eat a pepperoni pizza because it overpowers the pizza.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just gross.
Wow.
Okay, to wrap up here, I thought if my draft went in a different direction, I thought I might go with little pita triangles as a bread option.
Very good.
Yeah.
But difficult with how the picks sort of lined up. I don't know how well that would have gone with things. Yeah. And then the last one I got that I could have taken and just won the draft, knowing our audience, is imagine walking up to a charcuterie board.
Would you say peanut butter or something?
No, just you walk up to your charcuterie board, you're looking at what's available, and you pick up a good old fruit by the foot.
Yeah, come on. We would not have allowed that.
You would not have allowed a fruit by the foot for, okay, what if I said like organic fruit tape or some shit?
No.
Now who's the class traitor?
You can't just pick random
Nothing to do with
things.
Class. It's not a charcuterie board item.
Instead of him going with blackberries, he just went with Nerds gummy clusters.
Yeah.
Because people like those.
I would have allowed
it. I would not have. All right, what was the worst pick of the draft?
I mean, obviously it's me not getting a cheese, according to you two. I would say blackberry going so early feels a little weird, although it does seem like we all sort of had our own little plans by the midpoint of the draft. So, like, I don't know that it was that big of a deal as it would be in other drafts, but I wasn't going to take blackberry. Were you going to take blackberry?
No, but I was going to say that...
You both agreed that it was a good pick.
Fine. I think it's a good pick. If I had a charcuterie board in front of me with a blackberry on it, I would eat it. What I wouldn't eat is olives. Couldn't even make. I would eat everything off that board.
But that's just because you don't like olives. Like, you can acknowledge that olives are liked and that
but when the olives sweat on all the other shit on your board, it's going to be gross.
Like, I won't even eat the things that the olives have touched.
Yeah, they can't be touching anything else.
That's crazy.
I just think they're too polarizing. I think they're the most commonly ignored part of any board. If they are on the board,
you go to the board, and at the end of the party, they're all still there.
Not at the party I'm at, because I ate every single one of those bad boys.
You're doing a service.
I think
to your friends.
I think taste-wise, olives is the worst pick.
Can I be honest? What I think is the worst pick? I think it was Preston taking thinly sliced baguette with his first pick.
Wow,
I kind of do too, because it's boring.
Because you basically just deprive yourself of being able to pick the direction of your whole board, which I think is the first domino that started the no cheese path for you.
Insecure. He had to pick butter because of his baguette.
Yeah. And like, other cheeses going when you didn't expect them to, when you could have jumped right on that cheese right away. You could have locked down that cheese that you really wanted. I mean, you were devastated when I took Manchego cheese.
You could have had
and you could have had that first round. Instead you took a bread, and I think basically the appeal of the bread is like it's a neutral thing that you put everything else on, which I got my equivalent in the 5th round.
Yeah, we honestly all should have gone bread
I think
way later
I think now, granted, you got a very good role player. In my opinion, the best role player, but ultimately you took with the 2nd overall pick a role player when like Kevin Durant was right there. You know what I mean? You passed in your Kevin Durant.
It hurts because it's true. Yeah. I understand. I hear you.
I I think it's easy in these analyses to jump on things like, well, that was just a crazy fucking pick. Why did you take that? Or take the thing like, well, we don't like those, so that's a bad pick. But I think when you took the baguette, I think it just threw the entirety of the rest of your draft off, while Lauren and I were like building kind of like charcuterie board for better or worse, charcuterie board defining pieces, cornerstone pieces.
He's coming at you for the way you played the game.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I'm proud of the way I played the game, and I'm happy with this team, win or lose.
That's good. If you can sleep at night, that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. All right. Final question of the show. Whose charcuterie board are you going for? It sounds like everyone's probably going for our own, so who are you giving 2nd place to?
You have a very traditional board here, Dan.
Yeah.
This is a board that I could see like prepackaged at a Costco or something. But sometimes you gotta risk it for the water biscuit.
Risk it for the salted butter.
Risk it for the butter.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a wrench in here. Not to hate on you, Dan, because I do like Manchego. But if we're talking like me personally, I walk into a party and I'm looking at the table. The absolute joy I would feel if I walked into a party and saw bread and butter.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah! It's what I'm saying. You come around.
Shit out of that bag.
It just isn't charcuterie.
It's not. But if I walked into a party,
I regret
that's
letting
what
this
I would
pick
eat.
even go. I regret
Charcuterie is about the spirit I take into the creation. It's not about the end product.
The charcuterie is the...
Wait, what was your sweet?
Friends we made
what was your sweet?
My sweet was orange marmalade.
And dark chocolate.
Yeah, Dan, he's got all the things I like
Thank you.
on his tray.
Okay.
It's not charcuterie, but it's
just so lacking in dimension. I think giving him 2nd place, it's an insult. This draft has been so damning. We have attacked the very integrity of the charcuterie board of this draft.
He tried to tear us apart.
And I'm embarrassed.
But he can't.
I'm embarrassed.
You can't tear us apart, Dan. I'm voting for Lauren and Lauren's voting for me. You sit over there with your weird little olives.
My olives are delicious. They're so good. All right, well, so the only interesting part of this segment then will be which of the two of you I like the most. I mean, Preston doesn't have fucking cheese. He doesn't have a goddamn cheese. I had to take Lauren. I'm like angry about this.
Most heated I've heard you get in a while.
Yeah, I'm irate. We did a charcuterie board draft, and my co-host, who has done 70 plus these drafts with me, didn't take a goddamn cheese.
He doesn't even have my excuse of not knowing how to podcast.
We received the sweetest email about the show we have ever received, and we are doing this draft as an homage and appreciation to them, and he didn't take a cheese.
Refresh followers page.
-1.
Tara, I'm so sorry. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Lauren, thank you so much for coming on. I'm glad we had someone with such strong charcuterie opinions.
Knowledge.
Now is the time to get up on your soapbox. Do you have anything you'd like to preach or sell to the people out there?
It's just absolutely downed a glass of wine.
The vast drafted audience.
Enjoy this sweet kickoff to spooky season, my friends.
Hear, hear. Please do stick around. We are about to record our Patreon special, which should be a good one. Lauren, are you joining us for this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I don't think
So,
she
yeah.
knows what it is, but she's gonna have a great time.
Yeah, so if you want more Lauren, stick around, or follow us on support us on Patreon. Thank you so much to everyone who does that already. We really appreciate you guys. We hope you enjoy all of that bonus content and early access to the episodes that you get as well. For everyone else, please do vote on this episode. Whose charcuterie board would you most like to consume? And otherwise, we will talk to y'all in a couple weeks.
Post that meat, baby. Post that meat.
Yes, send us your meat pics.